is up? We are back again, coming thick and fast. We are really coming at you with the content here um, as much as possible, making up for lost time, we'll say. Um, Today we got a good one. We got a good show lined up today. We got Joe coming on. Joe, the famous Joe. He'll be here in a few. Just figured I'd start early. And we'll see what's going on. Get everyone a chance who is going to watch live to jump in here. But he said he's ready in a few, so whenever he is, you'll hear his voice and we'll get started on his team. Alright, so actually kind of a big night in football tonight. It's the NFL Honors Awards, or whatever they call them. So I figured we could talk about this while we wait for Joe. Let's see, live updates. I just saw that Carson Schlesinger, whatever, won Defensive Rookie of the Year. That's a good pick. That was a slam dunk. He was awesome all year. Wanted him on the Lions. Obviously didn't get him, but congrats to him. Hall of Fame class is a rough one for Seattle. His favorite quarterback of all time, Drew Brees, is in the Hall of Fame. No longer can he tell us how bad Drew Brees is. It is now factual evidence that he is a very good football player, as if it wasn't already. But now Seattle, you have to live with the fact that he is a Hall of Famer. Luke Kuechly, another NFC South, NFC South legend there as well. So 2-for-1 special for old Seattle. Although I don't think he cares so much about Kuechly as he did Drew Brees. He still has quite the hatred for our guy Brees. Mike Vrabel, Coach of the Year. That's pretty easy. That's about right. He deserved that for sure. I don't think Ben Johnson deserved to be in that conversation. You gotta do something a little bit more. You can't just go to the best team, theoretically best team, air quotes, that everyone is the best situation you could go to. That's not what Vrabel did. Vrabel built up from the bottom. That's why we like Mike Vrabel around. Ben Johnson one vote. All right, comeback player of the year, Christian McCaffrey. It's a depressing ad if you're seeing that. Hutchinson had 9 votes. That's interesting. Good for him. CMC. That's pretty accurate. I'm okay with that too. Joe Thuney, the inaugural Protector of the Year award, goes to Joe Thuney or Tooney. I don't actually know how you say that. I obviously think it should have been Sewell, but we'll give it to him. That offensive line was good for the Bears this year, so we'll give it to him. And then Ted McMillan, newly appointed racist. I don't know if you saw that video. Was spewing out N-words, which I don't know if you can actually say that. It's Polynesian, so... Oh, hello?
Hello?
What up? We got Joe.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna put my AirPods in 1 second.
Alright, sounds good. The people are ready to hear from you. They're ready. They're eager. Well, I already clicked off the tab, but...
All right.
Oh,
All good?
yep, we can hear you. Alright, how you been? It's been a while.
Sweet. I know.
Doing alright? You're in Texas? Back in Texas, or what?
Yep, I'm living in Austin.
Nice. Not too far from Trev. You guys should link up.
We we should have done you should have done both of our teams tonight.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, next time we'll get you guys in the same room. Nice. All right. Well, let's get right into it. Let's talk about your team. We got a lot to talk about tonight. We're gonna start all the way back at the beginning of the league years, all the way back with a couple trades. I'm sure you know one we're gonna talk about, but the first we're gonna talk about is yours and Rahul's trade you made. This is the one where you sent, or sorry, yours, mine, and Rahul's trade. This is the one where you sent Drake London and Evan Ingram to me, and you picked up Rashid Shaheed, picked up two 2025 firsts, the one of them being the 103. Oh no, sorry, one of them being the 110, and then you also got the 107. I want to say, um, and then you picked up a couple of thirds, a second and a third as well. So, just if you could think back to that time, what was your thought process behind dealing Drake London?
Um, it was a mix of not having faith in Atlanta's quarterback situation.
Fair.
Um, I was undecided. Like I was like Penix is gonna be like polarizing. I don't know. I was undecided, but mostly it was trying to just build up some draft capital. I was like stressed about draft
Yeah,
capital.
which is fair. I think at that time you didn't. I didn't think you had your first at this point. Um,
No, I didn't. And like to be honest, I think like when I joined the league, I feel like that was the most un-NFL. I was like untapped into NFL. Like and I've always been into the NFL.
yeah.
Like I was just like super into basketball, I would say.
Mhm.
So I feel like the first like year and a half, like I feel like I drafted a horrendous team like in our conception of our I remember like Jimmy Garoppolo was my quarterback.
Yeah.
I was I've gone back a couple of times. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like a comically terrible situation.
Yeah, I don't remember all of your picks. Well, I'm just looking now. You drafted.
I know
Uh,
Javante Williams was my first
yeah.
pick ever.
Yep. You went McCaffrey, Williams, Cook, which is Dalvin Cook.
Oh,
That is.
the cook. Oh
Oof.
yeah, yeah,
Which
yeah.
is that's tough. That was tough. Then I think you kind of redeemed yourself. You went London, Wilson. Those two were good, and then Edwards Lair. Yeah, it's not your best effort.
I've done
Not
a
your
lot
best effort.
of I think ever since I came to that realization, I've done a lot of attempts to try and sell high on people, with like
Yes.
mostly like Lamar Jackson being my biggest example.
Yes, we'll get to that in a second. But
Mhm.
I do want to go through what you ended up getting from that trade. I have something wrong in my notes here. It was okay. I got it. All right, so you ended up getting Shahid, which is here obviously. With Dylan's pick, you ended up taking um, uh, I'm blanking. Quinshon
Was it
Judkins.
Quinchon?
Took Judkins there, which is a good pick. And then with the 2025 second, you ended up taking Devin Neal. So, and then the third is a late third, so we'll see what happens with that. But the 26th third. So, I don't know. I guess it depends on what your thoughts on London are. I obviously I like London's on my team, but I think Judkins is a very good player. I think Shahid has a chance to be something. Just depends on where he goes in free agency. I think.
Yeah, yeah, I think he's so freaking good, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, yeah, he's just not ever the one. I feel like I have a lot of the receivers like that. Like I have a whole bunch of like you're so good, but trapped behind a obvious one on your team.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll
Mm.
talk about them too. All right, now the big one, the three-man trade that sparked a lot of controversy. I think you'll agree. It's one of those things like our parents are like, oh, I know exactly where I was when 9/11 happened. This is my 9/11. I know exactly where I was when this went down. I was driving. I think it was going to get lunch. It was on a lunch break at work, or it was lunch, whatever. And I was driving, and I see trade go, so I'm like, oh, what's this? And then I see veto from you. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, what is going on? So, the specifics of the trade, the infamous three-man trade, you give up uh, Higby, Lamar Jackson, 2027 first. You give up Nate's 2025 first, which you had just acquired. And then, oh, sorry, you didn't get Devin Neal. What am I talking about? You picked somebody else with that
Yeah, no,
second.
I did so much trading because I ended up with a lot of players, but
I think that second ended up. Oh, I think it was Scatterboo actually. I don't remember.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, might not have been. And you sent Nate's first and second. So those picks ended up being Matthew Golden. Trev got Matthew Golden, and then I think Nate got his second back, and he took Devin Neal. In return, you got Nick Chubb, fresh off a. I think the bad injury was year before, but fresh off a move to Houston. Maybe that was your thinking there. You picked up AR 15. I want to hear your thoughts on downgrading from Lamar Jackson to Anthony Richardson, and what was going through your mind there.
So this is all pre. I think no one's been picked yet. I think, or maybe like Ashton Genty and or whoever the first two were picked.
Yeah,
Maybe that's all that was picked or something.
I
It was
think you're
either
right.
that or
Yeah,
before then.
yeah.
So my thought process was I was high on Chubb because I was like I just saw this man's like squat video of 700 pounds. Plus, he's going to Houston, and I think Mixon's foot is actually cooked. Like, I think he's gonna like do great, and that didn't turn out well. But that was that part. The Lamar Jackson thing, I was like so hungry to like just get a crap ton of picks and just some kind of quarterback. And going into this draft, my favorite player was Tyler Warren, and so
I
like that
see.
was my plan. I had Daniel Jones on my team already.
Oh,
I was really hoping AR-15 would turn into Cam Newton. I still have hopes for that. He's a freaking child. My
yeah,
favorite stat of hope is that he's like if you compare him to other people his age, like
yep,
how many snaps he's played in his career, it's like like a fourth or a fifth of like everybody his age.
yeah,
So I have some hope, but that's where my mind was. I was like, I want the like elite threat, the what's it called, like the handcuff to, or sorry,
yep.
not the handcuff, the stack of um Colts quarterback and Tyler Warren.
Which yeah,
Um,
makes
that
sense.
turned into shambles because Tyler Warren got picked right before I was up,
Yes.
and I was unaware that who was it, Seattle, or who ended up with Tyler Warren?
Seattle got him.
I was told, or I think you told me after, like he's a Tyler Warren stan, and I was like, damn it, I didn't even. If I knew that, I wouldn't have made this big immaculate plan
Oh no.
to be heavy on the Colts.
Oh, went all in on the Colts is interesting. I think the thing that like, if you didn't give up two firsts too,
Well,
like,
yeah, I know that's where the controversy came in, like
and
because
then you gave them all
I
to
didn't.
Trev.
Yeah, I never like. I was that was not the plan to give him that many firsts for. It was a kind of a bigger investment on like Nick Chubb. Like, that's what it was. Like,
Okay,
um,
interesting.
but that yeah, it wasn't supposed to be that many firsts. But regardless, like I think the amount of picks I got out of it turned out fine because I really, really like all the players I picked.
Which yeah, we're gonna talk about that now because I agree. I think you got some good picks. You ended up taking, well, you ended up trading Archie second. That ended up being Harold Fannin, who is now on the Rules team. You took Jack Beck, or Betch, whatever. You took Caleb Johnson, and you took Elijah Arroyo. All those are what you gained from that trade. Which Caleb Johnson, we'll talk about him. I think jury's still out. It was a rough year, but he's still young. I kind of like his situation with Beck or Betch. Um, didn't have a great year,
I
but I think he can be okay.
I'm pumped for Fernando Mendoza to be
Yeah,
him to be Cooper Cup to Fernando Mendoza. That's
yeah,
exactly what my idea for him is. I saw him play a lot of football at TCU, so
yeah. That's true. Oh,
I
that's right. You got like every TCU player on your team. That's right. I forget about that.
yeah.
And then Arroyo, who I like him as well. He's still young. But I've got some notes on him, but it's too early to tell for him. And then you made one more trade, which was just you and Rule. We talked about this on the Rules episode. You gave up Worthy 2 seconds and a third for Jalen Warren, Josh Downs, and 2 seconds. Those 2 seconds were Scattaboo and Higgins. So I think you made a home run with Scattaboo as long as he can not have concussions. And I like Higgins' trajectory going forward too. I think he's another one that he's got he's good, and it's not really anybody else in that lineup. Nico Collins is always hurt, it seems. He's obviously not as good as Nico Collins, but I think that's a good one-two punch for Houston.
I think he just yeah, he has I loved him because he just has like an amazing build to be
Yeah.
like an elite receiver, and he's fast as crap too. So
Mm-hmm.
like I'm pumped for his trajectory.
So these are your picks. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so these are your picks: Judkins, Johnson, Beck. Is it Beck or Betch? It's Beck, right?
Beck. Yeah,
Okay,
that's what I've
so
heard the
that's what I
most.
thought.
I've
Yeah,
I've heard I've heard both for sure,
that's
but
what. Okay, that's why I'm confused. All right, is there anybody you wish you obviously, but like not of these six? Like, do you wish you had taken somebody other than Quinshawn at this 107? Like, do you wish you would have gone someone like Loveland or Burden or like one of these rest in the first round, or are you happy with Judkins?
no, I was so like running back focused, and that's also why I traded to get Jalen Warren from Rule.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that.
Um,
Yeah.
I was I can't even tell you who my running backs were. I just know it was depressing. So
Mm-hmm.
like I was gonna take court running backs no matter what.
Right.
Like one of my first several picks, and I think that Jalen Warren trade allowed me to have the three in a row. I really wanted Beck just out of like TCU ness, and I wanted to show him some love by drafting him high. But
Yeah.
me getting three picks in a row allowed me to pick him higher just to like just for the memes. Um, so yeah, I really needed running backs, and so Beck and Scatabo were like going to be the main guys in that range, but I was able to add that Caleb Johnson and I think a Royal pick later.
Yeah.
So yeah, to answer your question, no, I wasn't gonna take anybody else just because like I need running back, so
Yeah.
I needed running back so badly, and I'm happy with Judkins and Scatabo like moving forward for sure.
Yes. Agreed. I agree with that for sure. All right, so that's all the trades you made, all the picks you made. You made some waiver wire or waiver transactions here. I do have another question. Do you regret any of these moves, specifically this trade? Do you have any regrets about shipping off Lamar Jackson?
Uh, I mean, I regret how much went out in that trade, like the whole picks amount. I don't have hope for Chubb anymore. I have some hope for AR-15.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like that regretful. Like I mean, I'm like Monday morning quarterbacking here, but like I know Lamar had a bad season, and I think he'll do better next year. But
Yeah.
like I don't know, the he's getting older, and he just doesn't seem unless he had like some severe injury this year, like he's just not like crazy, disgusting, jukey like anymore. Like he seems like he wants to be a more pass person, which is what
Yes.
I don't like. I don't think that's what makes him like elite, like QB1 in fantasy football.
Right.
So, and he's not like random stuff. Like he's not like the push guy on their team.
Mm-hmm.
He's not like I mean, he has Derrick Henry on his team. And it's just like his mindset seems to be like I mean, it's good for the Ravens. Like his mindset, he just wants to win the games.
Right.
It's not so much about racking up stats,
Yeah.
which is like what it seemed like he used to be.
Yeah. I know he struggled with injuries this year. I just feel like he's almost like disinterested these days. I feel like he
Yeah,
doesn't.
yeah, that is what it looks like. Yeah, like he doesn't want to risk. I mean, which again, good for him
It's
because he
fair
used to be
enough.
like
Yeah.
Jackson Dart level, just like
Yeah. He
running all the
was.
time.
He was getting. He got hit hard.
But yeah, he's just like I'm gonna just show how elite of a passer I am. And I mean, not that he's like Joe Burrow or anything, but like he is pretty good at passing. Like I think
Yeah.
he's
He's a
underrated.
good
But
quarterback.
yeah, like he actually could survive if he couldn't run. Like he'd be good enough.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
what that running stuff is what just makes him like QB1 type stuff to me. And so I would say I'm happy I was able to get some youth and like some future,
Yeah.
like build for my future by getting rid of him.
Nice. All right. Well, I don't know if you've watched any of these yet, but what we do now is now we go through your whole team, and I basically give like a grade 1 through 4, like starter, backup, someone you could start,
Yeah.
and then someone you shouldn't start. Now, just because they're in
Yeah.
red doesn't mean like cut this person. It just means like they're not ready yet. Well, prime example is Caleb Johnson. You can't start him
Right.
this
Yeah.
year. He was terrible. That doesn't mean like
Yeah.
he's got time. He's in the development tier. He's I think he still is going to be better. I think new offense, new coach, I think is going to be great for him, especially if Jalen Warren goes. We'll talk about that later. We'll start with quarterbacks as we usually do, and it's looking rough here for quarterbacks. I'm not going to lie.
Oh yeah.
Now start with Bryce
Yeah.
Young, who is your um,
He's
prob-
unfortunately my QB1.
probably a QB1. I'm a believer. I still like Bryce Young. I know the stats haven't really backed me up on this. I don't. I think it's just because I like him, like as a dude. But um, time's ticking. Is all I'll say. If he doesn't prove it, like this year, it might be time to address the quarterback position because
Yeah, for
we'll
sure.
see. What are your overarching thoughts on Bryce? Are you a believer too? I know Rahul said yesterday the other day he's not a believer in Bryce Young.
Um, I am like jaded to like give an answer because I had this like running joke with my brother is like fascinated with this league because he's never played like in a keeper league or anything like
Uh
that. And I tell him like he like knows like my whole team. And I told him like, do you have or this year he had Bryce Young on his team also. And we had like this joke about how every time Bryce Young had like a 25, 30 plus game, I benched him. Like literally, I
oh
mean, you didn't do
God.
this. I'm sure you didn't do this deep dive, but like if you go back and like you can, I swear you can check it. Every big Bryce Young game, he's on the bench for me.
All right,
And
let's
so
look at
like
this.
I see that, and then I'm like, all right, you're gonna get to start next week, buddy. And then boom, 9 points, 12 points.
All right, let's
And
see
so
his
like it's just so
first.
inconsistent is what's like difficult. Um, and I don't know, like just watching him. I remember being jaw dropped when they beat the Rams. I watched like that whole game. I was like,
Oh
"Oh
yeah.
my gosh, like dude, you're throwing dimes. Like what in the world? Like I don't think you're this good, but like good for you." He was also on my bench at the time, like so I was kind of mad. But yeah, I'm just it's like a little bit jaded. I would not say I'm a believer in terms of like I trust him. Like I am very hopeful. Like I'm happy there's no other one giving him nobody giving him competition there.
Mm-hmm.
Like so he'd be like a viable backup at like at the very least
Yep.
on my team at some point. But I would say in order for me to be a believer, it's like someone I could trust to like I don't have to think about starting you.
Right. I agree with that. I think they're going to get him some more help. They have McMillan there, obviously. I think they're going to go receiver early or tight end early. I think they're going to try to help him out more. But at a certain
Yeah.
point, man, like it's only so much help you can get. So.
I will say too, in the middle of this past or wait, when was it? So I worked in Charlotte last year and I actually
Mhm.
saw him a couple of times in
Oh,
person,
that's pretty cool.
and I was jaw dropped at like how small he was. Like I know
Yeah.
he was pretty small, but I was about the same size as him, and I'm like, dude, you're an NFL quarterback. This is
Yeah.
absurd.
He's small dude. 5'10" is crazy, and he might not even be 5'10".
Well, like,
That's
because
probably
I'm
5'10".
5'10", and and when I saw him, I was like, dude, this might be the very generous 5'10". I don't know about
That's
this.
5'10" with cleats
Yeah,
in
like
shoulder pads. He's with a helmet on.
in the helmet on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
I think
So yeah, it's stressful. It's stressful
yeah
having him on the team.
yeah I think he's like he finished this year as quarterback 19, which is better than I thought. I feel like that's higher. I don't know how that's possible, but that's
In a
quarterback
perfect world,
quarterback
in a
two
perfect
range.
world, he ends up as like a decent backup on my fantasy team.
Right,
Is what the
right.
goal is, I would say.
Well, it could be that Jacoby Brissett takes over that role, depending on what happens with him. He is under contract. Don't know what's going on with Kyler Murray's situation. I don't. I feel like that's always like the question with the Cardinals is like, well, are they going to get rid of Kyler Murray for like the last 5 years?
I know, yeah, that's
And Brissett played well. He was objectively good this year,
yeah, he balled.
which was a
The only
shock.
problem is he's an unk.
He's old. He's 33, but they didn't really win any more games because of him. Like he's pretty consistent with interceptions. He threw 8 interceptions in 14 games, so that's not great. But he's still threw for 23 touchdowns, 3,400 yards. Like pretty good quarterback, especially for your team. I mean, this guy was,
Mhm.
I think, starting for you most weeks, which rightfully so. He was putting up numbers. So, um, do you think they trade him? Do they get rid of him? Try to get some pick back or something, or send him to like the Jets or something like that. Send him
Uh,
somewhere that needs a quarterback.
I hope they don't trade him, and I hope they don't find a quarterback that can play for the Cardinals so he can play. Like, I just don't. I think if someone trades for him, they want him to come be like a mentor, probably a backup to
Yes.
somebody.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I think I'm just hopeful they're not going to trade him because if he gets traded, his stock is just going to plummet.
Agreed. Agreed. I have him in backup because I think if Kyler Murray like starts off poorly, I think they just say screw it. This guy sucks. I know he's under contract for another like 2 years, but Murray that is. But I mean, you got to win games at a certain point. So I
Yeah,
could see I could see that happening.
I would think like if I would think the Cardinals want to make a decision on Kyler Murray before the season starts because like if he sucks, like his stock, like his real life stock, is going to be just nothing almost.
Yeah, it's low as it is. I mean, he's not really. He had a good year last year, I guess, but over the course of the last 4 years in general, he's either been injured or just not very good. And last year was both, honestly. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens with Kyler. All right, moving on. I gotta hear your AR-15 pitch. Like what? I know you said the thing earlier about he's not played that many snaps, but like why? Do you think he's the future of your quarterback situation, and why?
Um, that's such a hard question
I'll
because
give my thoughts if you want.
I truly think his upside is like almost Cam Newton, but
All right. I'll let you have it. I'll let you have that.
it is a stretch. Like he never seems comfortable. He just always wants to. I think when you're like Cam Newton was so good because he had like the physical abilities,
Mm-hmm.
but he was so good because like the other team did not assume that's all he was going to rely on.
Right.
And like when you're not like the whole snaps thing, like if you're not processing everything, everyone just like if they know they just have to guard your like your legs. It's so easy to defend you.
Right.
Like that's why you just don't turn out good. Like I don't know. It's just all the physical abilities are just unreal with him. I don't know if there's anybody else in the NFL that has like the physical like stature of him.
Yeah,
Um,
he can throw it a mile. He can run super fast, but he just can't hit receivers. He's so
I,
inaccurate.
like when you can't hit the drag route, it's a problem.
It's bad. It's bad. So,
I would say I'm more hopeful of if someone loved what they saw about Malik Willis, I'm way more hopeful about that because he I think is an actual like could run a team.
I'm with you. I think Malik Willis has had an interesting journey so far in the NFL, but he like every time the Packers have to rely on him, he like does the job. Like he either wins
And he's so like
games or
dynamic.
yeah, he just like I think yeah, he just feels like he's been the quarterback for a while, which is tough to like doesn't happen a lot. And he's gone. There's no way they bring him back. I mean, he's going somewhere. I don't know where. I kind of think he might go to Miami. Um,
Yes, that is the absolute dream for
and
someone who owns in fantasy, I think.
if that happens and he has little or no competition, he's easily back up, maybe even into starter. Now it is a small sample size. He's only thrown like 150 passes in his NFL career. Um, and
Yeah, and like I totally get the part of when you're like scouting the Packers and it's like, oh shit, it's Malik Willis, not Jordan Love. Like the whole dynamic part of him is totally different.
mhm,
So like that could be why it was like he was looking great.
yeah,
So like when they're locked in and like, all right, let's treat this guy like Lamar Jackson. Um, it could get harder, but yeah, he's definitely a flyer. I'm happy I got him for free like a few weeks ago actually.
yeah, you just picked him up. 12,
Yeah.
12 that's nothing. So yeah, I think he was a free agent for 2 years. He was just sitting there. That's funny. Yeah, so I think I don't, honestly he's in who knows just because he's a free agent and literally we have no idea what's going to happen with him. So
His is more optimistic because like it's about opportunity. AR is not as optimistic because it's like actually about development still.
yeah, he's way younger than Will. He's still like 23. Um,
Yeah.
is AR-15, but he's just not been good. He throws the ball a mile, but you need more than that in the NFL. So I would say quarterback is edging on major need for you. We'll move on to running backs, which is I think well, objectively your best position group. We already talked about Judkins. His he's gonna be good. I think the Browns are gonna address offensive line, um, and that's gonna help him. The team's gonna be better next year, I think, uh, and that's only gonna be good for him. So that's home run. I easily locked in starter. Scadaboo is the same. The only thing for me is he's gotta stay healthy. The concussions are a real thing, and he's got to be more careful about that.
And when I saw, it feels terrible saying like I was happy for like this injury, but like when I saw his injury, I was like, oh no. But I'm happy it was a broken leg and not like a ligament.
Right.
That is so much.
Oh, it's
That's
much better.
way better.
It's way better.
um, then again, he's not like an explosive, like speed, agile person. So like I think he would have been fine either way. But uh,
But a clean break
yeah,
is way better than an ACL tear or an Achilles tear. But I'd be
yeah.
this is a good, very good one-two punch. Probably one of the better young running back rooms in the league. And then you have Javante to cap it off, who we don't know what they're doing with him. I'm guessing they're going to extend him. I don't know for sure, obviously, but my guess is they extend him. Why would you not? He was awesome this past year. But even if he doesn't get extended, I think he's going to find a starting job somewhere else. So I think you have three
Uh,
very
yeah,
startable
I
running
hope
backs here.
I hope they extend him because like I know he's part of like an elite offense and like they have amazing receivers, but I don't know. I'd rather not get selfish and just like I'm cool with a team like the Cowboys that are always scoring, like they're always in the red zone. That just means more opportunities for him,
Yeah,
as opposed to like what if he goes to I don't know whatever bad team that just is never in the red zone. Like if he was on the Jets, I'd be like,
yeah,
damn it, like they're just not even having scoring opportunities.
yeah. I agree with that. But I think he stays. I think that's a good spot for him. Just depends how much money he wants, but who knows. All right, Jalen Warren is someone who I don't see replicating the year that he had this year. I think he's been productive his whole career, but never really had the lead back role, which he did this year, and he was very good this year. I don't know. I don't know if I see him replicating. I think he's going to be a free agent. All right, he is going to be a free agent. I don't know if they're going to re-sign him, and if they don't, I don't know. Maybe he goes to. I'm thinking like the Bucks. I think they need a second running back. I don't think he's going to go anywhere and be the guy again. Um, but I know you like him, so I want to hear your thoughts on his year and his future.
Well, I think I pretty much agree with everything you just said. But the thing is, like, if he's gone from the Steelers, that's awesome for Caleb Johnson. Then, like,
Yes,
so
that's the caveat there.
yeah, whatever happens with him, I am just happy for Caleb Johnson. Like, I'm never gonna be starting more than, well, I don't know. I sometimes do be starting like four running backs.
Yeah,
Um,
there's you have the ability to start four, and you might have to.
um, yeah. So I'm just happy with the situation of the Caleb Johnson part. Like that's a really big reason why I held on to Caleb Johnson too, because I mean his stock went down immediately, so I guess no one was really offering. But
Yeah,
I'm not nervous about that because one of those people will be positive for the Steelers. I think.
yeah, and I think that's part of why I don't think they're going to sign him is that you don't really. I mean, Johnson was only a third round pick, but it's still pretty valuable capital for a running back. So I think they're going to want to make it work. He just didn't have a good year at all. He was fumbling, or he was doing that thing with the kickoff week one. Oh,
Yeah.
excuse me. Oh, if you remember that, where he like let the ball like go into the end zone and didn't get it. Like that was it for him. After he did that, it was over. He was never going to see the field. So
Yeah, and I think I get a vibe that he was like scared of Mike Tomlin, and he
maybe a
got in his
little,
head.
maybe a little bit, and he's
So
gone
so
now.
so,
So bad man's
so
gone.
maybe yeah, psychologically he might be a little improved.
All right, another one. We got Manuel Wilson, who's another Packer who I struggle to say good things about Packers, but I think he's just a handcuff right now. You hold on to him in the case that, or in the event that Jacobs gets hurt. He's been
Yep, every
okay.
time.
He's been okay in his career, but I don't ever see him becoming like an RB1. I don't ever see him that for him. But that's fine depth to have. He's not someone you cut, but not someone you should be starting. But you wouldn't with what you already have up there. But
Yeah, he got a couple starts for me, I think, at the end of the year because like Scatabo and I think Quinchon were hurt and
yeah,
Jacobs was hurt. So like I was like, this is fine. He's gonna get. He's very solid when Jacobs is not playing. So it's
yes,
nice. It's an option to have.
yep. Then you got Nick Chubb, who I don't see it for Nick Chubb anymore. I think his time in the sun is over. I think he'll bounce around from team to team, but he's never going to be the lead back anymore. I don't think he can handle it. And he's just getting old, so it's the end of a good
Yeah,
career,
I've heard.
um, but somebody who's not gonna see that anywhere near running back two production anymore. I don't think, but I could be wrong.
Videos of him squatting 1,000 pounds though are so impressive.
I cannot believe you made that trade because you saw him squat 1,000 pounds. That's crazy.
It was that mixed with him going to Texans. I
I
don't
like
know.
it though. I like that. All right, then Najee Harris, who you took from me. I don't know, man. Coming off the Achilles is rough. Um,
Yeah, I think I don't think it's gonna pan out to anything. I know you were offering me the Austin Eckler stuff. I was like, Najee's way younger. This is the exact same situation, except one of them's 20 something, the other one's retired pretty much.
I just didn't want to drop anybody, so I was trying to get something for him. But yeah, I think he
Yeah.
might be cooked. We'll see, especially if he sticks around with the Chargers. I mean, they've got Hampton there. I don't see it happening for him anymore.
Yeah.
And then Bam Knight is just somebody that you're gonna. Oh, I forgot to write down your picks, but you have some picks this year. You have two picks this
It's
year.
2/3, I think.
Oof, 2/3, yeah. Dylan's third and your third. So well, there are gonna be some UDFA's as well. Maybe they have more upside than Bam Knight at this point in his career. Um, Fun story, good name, but I mean,
Yeah, he's a nothing burger.
yeah, he's someone you can cut. All right, good running backs. I think these three are your best players. I think they're solid starters. I like that. Receiver is an interesting one for you. I think you mentioned it earlier. You have a lot of guys that. You have a lot of guys that um, they're young, up and coming, but they're not there yet. Also, I didn't realize how many guys you had on IR. This is crazy. You have like
Yeah,
12
yeah. If
dudes
you
on
look at my
IR.
roster, it's absurd.
This is crazy.
There you
Yeah,
go.
find it. Yeah. IR, 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 IR. Jesus Christ. I
And
didn't even
it
notice
was
that when I
like
was
that.
doing this.
Like the last 2 weeks were like crazy bad.
That's why your points for average is so low.
But
All
yeah,
right.
no, what I'm thinking is like, I mean, not that these guys are out of the picture, but like, if Nico Collins is hurt, I think Jaden Higgins is like the number one easy.
If that happens,
If
he's up here.
if um Keenan Allen retires, I think Quentin Johnson. I know Lad is still on the team, but Keenan Allen and I think Lad are just like amazing reception guys.
Mhm.
So like it really absorbs targets to Quentin. Like it was just like he turned into just like a deep threat.
Mhm.
Um, if what's it called? I want Josh Downs to go somewhere else.
I,
There's
he's
just
he's
too many
my.
targets.
I don't know why I love him. I just like him as a player. I don't know why, but he needs to go. I have that here. He's got to leave, or Pittman has to leave and Pierce has to leave. If those guys go, and it's him and a rookie, and then you have Warren. I think then he's got the chance to.
Yeah, it's already like a Jonathan Taylor and Warren like TD fest team.
Yeah,
So so he needs to be the only receiving option or just gotta go somewhere else.
and I don't think he's a free agent until next year, unfortunately. Um,
Right, yeah.
but he's one that I'm not ready to give up on. And Johnston, I thought, man, I I never really loved him as a player, but he looked so good to start the year. I mean, he was catching everything. It was his big issue last year or 2 years ago. He couldn't catch the ball, and then he started off so well, catching touchdowns, and then he just tapered off. I know he had some injury stuff, but it was a tough year. He did set a record, his career record in receiving yards, which was good, but only by like 25. But I don't know. I think he's one that I don't know if he's ever going to transcend into the starter territory. Maybe he will. Um, but that has to if that happens, Keenan Allen is gone, and who knows what he's going to do? We don't know yet. So
Yeah, I freaking love Quentin Johnson just because I love
TCU.
and it is a TCU thing, but like Jaden Higgins is the same thing. Like those tall dudes that just have like crazy footwork, like quick and fast. Like
Yep.
I just think there's so much potential there. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of just like a basic wide receiver scouting report, but
No, I mean
just
it's
not necessarily like strong or anything, but just dude, they're huge and they could just burn you. Like
yeah.
there's so much potential.
Yeah, all right. We're gonna move on to these four down here: Vel, Veli, Dorsch, Turpin, and Hollins. I know you love your TCU guys, but Turpin's never gonna be anything other than a return guy. These guys are all the ones that now that I know you only have two picks, which I should have done earlier, but I mean these guys are probably gonna stay on roster. But if you had picks or you have guys you like, then those dudes need to be off the team. These guys are nothing. I really don't like Matt Collins at all. Fuck this guy. Hope he fails. Um, I
Yeah,
just don't like him.
the
Not a fan.
most easily droppable guys are definitely Bam. Taysom Hill will retire any second.
Yeah.
Um, and Greg Dortch. Greg Dortch was just playing because they had like like two receivers on the team towards the end of the year.
Right.
Bele, I think is he not like the wide receiver two on that team now on Saints?
Yeah, I think
He had a couple good games at the end, like, and as soon as what's his face started playing quarterback, I was like, oh, it looks like he loves him.
my only thing with him is he's already 28 years old. He's old. He's an old third year player um,
Yeah.
on a bad team, and I think it says he's number two here. I don't think that. I think they absolutely draft a receiver. There's no way they leave the first round without a receiver. Which then
So wait, what number are they
I think
picking?
they're 8 or 9. Um, they are 8. So they very well could get the first receiver in the draft. I
Because
think
yeah, my favorite receiver is freaking what's his face from Arizona State, Tyson.
Tyson. Yeah, I mocked him
I
there.
know there's a couple of guys that are like up there, but I think wherever he goes, I think he's gonna be immediately good.
Yeah, I agree. He's a good player. All right, looks
Like,
like
do you think whatever say you knew the Saints are getting a receiver, is whoever that is, Tyson, Tate, like whoever that receiver is, are they overcoming like Olave as the number one target?
I don't know. Olave had a really good year. It,
Yeah,
but he
he
stayed
did get hit
healthy.
in the head.
He stayed healthy. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Like, he's very good this year. But no one was throwing him hospital balls. So I don't. I think he's the number one there. I think that's pretty locked in. But I think it's wide open after that because they don't really have a tight end. Like Juwan Johnson is a guy who he didn't have a bad year, but oh wow, he had a way better year than I thought. Jesus. But still, they need another receiver. So I still think it's gonna be him. I know he's tall. He's big and tall, but I don't know. I'm not in on him. All right, then a couple other guys. These two here, Williams and Mumfield. I think they're just both young in not like bad situations, but there's kind of one's on the Packers where there's just a lot of dudes, and no one's really that good of a receiver there, but like there's room for him to be that guy. I just don't know if he is good enough, but he's young, so you keep him around. Same thing with Mumfield. Just on the Rams,
I love
he's got a lot of uphill battle, but we'll see what happens with Devontae Adams.
Yeah, the whole like if Deontay Adams is out of the picture, that's one thing. But also, I don't know if it's their like. I mean, I know everybody runs their own system, but like for example, the Cowboys. Whenever like CD goes out, like Pickens turns into like that exact what it is like the X receiver is the main
Yeah,
guy. Mumfield plays the exact like he's exactly Puka's backup, and
yeah,
like so even when because there was a couple times I watched that Puka would go out. and it's Mumfield in that position, and all the weird Puka players are going to him and not Devonte Adams.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, so they obviously like this guy. Puka's just insane, so like, there's like no hope for him to like taking over. But this dude is something. I think like it's mostly me trusting the Rams scouting team as to
Which,
like he'll be something.
I mean, yeah, they draft well. They're always
Yeah,
good. The only thing going against him is that he's a seventh round pick, and those, I mean, if they're not doing anything, then they'll just get rid of him and replace it with another seventh round pick. But
right. Yeah.
he got on the field this year, which a lot of seventh round picks never do. So that's a plus. And I think they are looking for that third receiver that can complement the other two because and they don't really have that. Tutu Atwell, not really. Jordan Whittington is nothing. Like I think he could step into that wide receiver three role, which isn't always like great for fantasy, but at least it's something that's 500-600 yards, and that's something that's something you can keep a hold of and maybe start in a pinch. So I like him. I don't like Williams. Another Packer. I can't say good things about Packers, but
No, yeah, he's a TCU guy, but he is borderline nothing burger. Like I like that they like he's the guy that they run like sweeps for and stuff, but like I don't know, nothing really productive came out of him this year,
right,
like at all.
right. And then you have Shaheed. So you got Shaheed from me. He's a free agent. I don't. What's your preferred landing spot? Staying with the Seahawks, or is there a team you think he'd be good on? A field stretcher, deep ball threat, but also a very good return man, as we've seen in the playoffs. Right? Any thoughts on that?
If if Cup is out of the picture, I'm okay if he stays with the Seahawks. Um, Otherwise, I would love for him to go to like who knows? What if I get lucky and Malik Willis and Shaheed end up on the same team? That'd be awesome.
Together in Miami? Yeah, maybe not. Well, maybe Miami. I mean, I have no idea what Tariq Hill's
Well,
doing, but
yeah. I'm trying to
it'd be kind of
think.
fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of teams that could just end up with him and he's immediately productive. I think that's why the Seahawks wanted him so bad, but they're just
Um,
like not using him that much.
I think he would make a good.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna go scroll through some
Oh,
teams.
what about Commander?
I was just that's the first one saw that seemed interesting.
I wouldn't mind that because
Um,
Terrell McLaurin's not really. He's not the burner guy, and after that, they really don't have much. I can see that. They need a receiver. They need some help.
see New York, I guess. Actually, oh, never mind. Sorry.
Jets or
Yes,
Giants?
Malik was no. I was saying thinking Jets, or sorry, I was thinking Giants, but I forgot Malik's neighbor. I was like, they had no one this year, but it's because
Yeah,
Malik
he
was
was hurt
hurt
all year.
hurt so Las Vegas, I guess.
They need receivers. I can see that.
Um, oh, Tennessee. I feel like if
Oh,
he went there, he would immediately be like force feed him the ball.
would not mind that either. All right, let's go ahead and move on to tight
Cleveland.
ends. Cleveland, yeah. There's a lot of wide receiver
I don't trust.
teams.
I don't trust
Shador.
Romo at quarterback over there.
Yeah, me either.
I'm very happy Quinshon's on that team.
I think he'll be fine no matter where he is. I think he's such a good player. And I think with a bad quarterback, they're going to give him the ball as much as they can, and they did this year. He got a ton of touches.
He got wildcat snaps. He was throwing balls. He
Yeah.
was doing a lot.
All right, moving on. Taysom Hill, don't really need to talk about. I mean, this is a guy that he can be cut at any time, unless you want a locker room guy, which could be there for that. I have nobody really up to backup status yet, but that's all because they're young and or I don't know where Fant's going to be. Fant has been good in his career, but I don't. He could end up like going being a tight end two somewhere, and that kills all his value. So if he doesn't, if he goes somewhere tight end needy, he'll be a backup. Arroyo, I don't think he's going to be good yet. I think he's got learning to do, and he's behind, blanking on his name,
Burner or Bonner?
Barner, yeah, who's also young. I see them could be like a 1-2 punch, but for now, I think he's just going to learn, which is great. He's 22, so that's what you want, but not there yet. Kind of same thing with Washington. His best year so far. I can see that trajectory continuing to build, but he just hasn't proven enough yet. Although he was very good this year, which I was surprised about.
Dude,
Very good for what he is.
I don't think he'll get much better. I just think his opportunity needs to grow. I'm just like a huge fan of watching him play. It's so funny seeing how
He's
big he
just so
is.
big. He's so big.
Hilarious.
And then you've got Fidone or Fidone. I don't. This guy is. He's just there. I mean,
Yeah, he's
it's
cuttable.
he is. I just left him here because like maybe Theo Johnson's there, but after that, it's not really anybody. Um, but like tight end
Like
two in
like
fantasy is not great. You don't want that.
if you would trade Fidone with Vele, I would say that whole chunk at the bottom is cuttable. Like
Just you bring him up here and him down here.
yeah, and then like that whole chunk is truly cuttable. Like
Yeah,
actually.
I think these guys are they're
Like if I
roster
woke up
fillers right now.
yeah. I mean, I keep my roster filled just because, like, if someone's opportunity completely changes,
Yep,
it's smart to just have all the options filled.
yep, I
But
agree.
it is kind of annoying to just keep your team filled with nothing burgers.
Just see zeros
But
every week on the score sheet.
yeah, like legitimate zeros. Yeah, not even snaps. Like didn't even get a snap.
Yeah, that's tough. And then in terms of picks, you have your third, the 304, and you have Dylan's third, the 308. And then you have no first next year, just your second, your third, and then all your 2028 picks. So we'll see. Now, a few more questions, and I'll let you go. Do you have thoughts of going full rebuild? Like, or do you think you're I guess that's the question. Do you think you're gonna have to like sell some of these guys to get more picks, or are you just gonna keep chugging along and hope these guys, some of these dudes,
I
turn
mean,
into something?
I feel against the rebuild because like at like week 10, 11, I was like, holy crap, I'm only a game behind like being in the playoffs. And I was like 500 and I was like, okay, this isn't that bad. My team, I feel like I don't have a quarterback, I don't have a tight end, and I'm like, I'm swimming around just because my running back are so freaking good.
Yeah,
So like, if I were to, I don't know, I can't decide yet, but like my thought is, if I could exchange one of these elite running backs to someone that feels like they're going to win the championship this year and get some picks and a picks slash tight end or quarterback, I would do some
interesting.
kind of move like that. But
Interesting. Well, hit me up because I need
like
a running back.
if any if any of these like these receivers, like I said, so many of my receivers are just like if their situation changes like a little bit, even I think they get a lot better.
But these three guys
And
theoretically could be, starters. They could get 10, 15 points a game. All of them, I think. But
right,
they
so like
just
if
need a
that
few things to
consistent,
go their way, which sometimes happens, sometimes doesn't.
because I think like yeah, if say even two of them, two out of those three get in the position where like all right, I can trust these guys every week. And the long shot of Malik Willis actually being a QB1, like he gets the Miami job, wins the Miami job, like somewhere.
Yeah,
Then I don't want to rebuild. I'd rather just see if I can scavenge a sixth place spot in the playoffs because I haven't been in the playoffs.
so you'd rather be just in and around the playoffs than blowing it up and trying to build for the future.
Yeah, because I think in fantasy football, if you can make the playoffs,
That's true. Anything can happen.
it's like, yeah, because like you're an injury away from like, all right, well, that number one team in our league is cooked because Joe Burrow's out or like whatever. Like, so if you could just make the playoffs, it's just 3 weeks of like chaos that might happen. It's like literally March Madness.
That's true. That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, I forgot to mention this earlier, but your 2025 season, you ended 5-9. You were, however, last. You scored the least amount of points for, I believe. So let me double check this. You had, yeah, the least amount of points for. So you only scored 1,410 points this year. You were tied. You were second to last in max points for. So if you started your best lineup every week, whatever, you would have been second last, and you were 11th in points allowed. So you kind of had some luck there, um, but still at 5-9, you were literally what 2 games out of the playoffs. So just you ride the
I
luck
think
then.
if I don't have any 12 IRs, maybe we're bumped up a little bit. So
I agree. Yeah, you had some. This is crazy. I'm reading this again. All these injuries. That's insane. And these guys, some of these guys are nothing, but like, still, that's a lot of bad luck.
like I'm really have a lot of weight in Cam Scatterbo and Quinchon next year. They really have to be my workhorses. Like and
Yes.
like they show that they can be, but like it's like I don't have a lot of room for error, but
Right.
because I don't have like much depth. But I think like the good version of my team is like float around for a playoff position.
All right. So with that, we'll move on to the last part of this episode is the tier list. Again, I don't know if you've seen, but we've done a little tier list action here. So far, we've done 3 teams. Taylor didn't come on, but these two did, and they both. I let them both kind of dictate where they thought their team was, assuming you think you're in this third tier here as well, in tweeners as well. You're not quite full rebuild, but
Yeah, I would say
you're not.
lower end of that tier for sure.
I'm good with that. I can agree with that. I think there is a world where you do blow it up, like you can. Obviously, you do whatever you want, but I think there is a world where that happens, and you get rid of these 1 or 2 of these guys, get a couple picks, or try to trade some of these guys for seconds and thirds, something like that, and use those seconds and thirds to tier up to a first, that kind of thing. But I also don't think running it
I
back this year is that bad an idea because also you don't have your 2027 first, so there's no real point in tanking. Um,
right. If I start out 0-5, 1-5, 1-4, something like that, maybe I go pester Trevor for my first bet and offer him something super nice.
might have to drive to his house and give him a Rolex to do that. I think he's holding on to that for dear life.
Yeah, I know.
But there are other
Okay,
picks to be had. There are other picks
especially
to be had.
with dude. This is like a complete side note, but it'll be absolute comedy if Jeremiah Smith ends up on the Chiefs.
Oh man.
That
Oh
would
man.
be hilarious.
I could see it too. I could see it. Depends on where they finish this year, but he's going to go early. He'll be top. He might be top 5
I
NFL
know, and
draft.
no Patrick Mahomes. They have an excuse to just be horrendous.
Yep,
Like, man.
I can see that. All right. Well, that's it. Did you have fun? Did you enjoy this?
I did have fun. I was looking
Good.
forward to this
Good. Glad.
all day today.
Hoping.
I
Hoping. I'm hoping I can keep it going because I obviously fell off pretty quick last year or last time, but I feel invigorated. I've got a bunch of stuff planned, so yeah. I'm glad you
yeah,
enjoyed. Glad you.
this league has inspired me to join a NBA version of this.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, I think I'm like not borderline. Like I think I'm full out addicted to that league. I
interesting.
check it so much every day. It's like a lot to keep up with because there's like so many moving uh
Especially this trade
like
deadline
parts.
this week.
Oh yeah, I picked up people that were like if somebody was traded, like and now the bench guy has a starting role. Like I picked up 2 of those guys
Nice.
today.
Nice. It's like you set the lineup every week, and then they just pick up points. And is it still head to
Um,
head or what?
it is head to head, so that's actually my favorite part about it. So, for example, like the Pistons, they have like 3 games a week or whatever it is, 4 games a week. If Cade Cunningham has a game on Monday, you put him in your lineup and say he has whatever, like 40 points, like fantasy points.
Mhm.
You have to decide if you want to lock that score in before his next game or not.
Oh, so you
And if the next game starts, that 40-point fantasy game is gone forever.
oh
Like you
my
just have to book it as
gosh.
that. So it's like really fun because you actually have to like strategize and like you're gonna risk. the matchup, like who are they playing Monday? Are they playing a really hard team on Thursday? Like stuff like that. Like there's so much to think about.
So you're checking every day. Like you have to check every day.
You're at least like at the very least make sure every possible slot is filled
Right.
because you want the opportunity of like, oh, that guy had a crazy game today. I'm definitely locking that score in. And by the end of the week, every Sunday, you need to have, I think it's 9 locked scores in, and that's what is
Okay.
your actual points. But there's
That's
a
pretty
whole
cool.
lot of people that just like leave points on the board because, oh, he had 40 points, I passed it up, but the rest of the week he only had 27, 28, and 13. So I'm stuck with one of his lower end score. Like a lot of that happens, so it's pretty
Interesting.
fun.
Interesting. That's pretty cool. I'm not too big a basketball guy, but it sounds fun.
Dude, you got to get into basketball by April with the Pistons being good.
I like. I did watch like half of the game. I'm like, this just doesn't do it for me. I don't know. I don't know why. I just couldn't. I just didn't care. Maybe it's just that I didn't grow up a basketball fan. Like I watched college basketball as a kid with my dad because he loved Michigan State basketball, but I never could do NBA.
I
But
mean,
now
yeah,
we're
it is
good,
long. I
so
mean, even me, like I love basketball, but like I rarely watch like a whole 48 minutes straight through. Didn't get up from the couch. Like I
yeah,
don't think I don't do that. Um, but I don't know. The Pistons are like in the playoffs. I think everyone's hoping the Pistons and Knicks match up again because
yeah,
the Knicks like kind of stole that series last year, and now they're the best two teams, and the Pistons are better than them, or like
yeah.
their record is. So if they match up again, and they both like hate each other, like you could bet all your money there'll be a fight in that series.
I've been like I have the notifications on my phone, so I see all the stuff. But like I just don't. I don't know if it's like, do I really believe that we're actually this
It,
good? Like this is kind of crazy that we're winning so many games. But we
it is
play
like, and
play tomorrow.
even all, even all the basketball got they did have a terrible loss today. That Wizards loss today, that's a joke. Like that's embarrassing that they lost to them. But that's part of the NBA. Like
Yeah,
it's so hard
happens.
to focus like every single night, especially when you have a bad team coming. Um, what was I gonna say? I don't know. I
I don't
forgot.
know. I forgot to. You were going off on a tangent. I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
The Pistons. Oh, I was gonna say that even like the basketball head people, like I listen to basketball podcasts,
Mhm.
everyone's a little shocked, like, oh wow, they're like ahead of schedule. Like we knew that they were gonna be on a good trajectory, but like not already the best team in the East.
Sweet. Well,
Um
that makes me
so
makes you feel good, I guess.
so it's like understandable, like, because you don't trust them completely yet, like in a playoff setting. They haven't necessarily proven anything big. I don't think they've even won a playoff series. So like, that's the hard part. Like they don't have experience winning rounds in the playoffs. So that it's easy to just say like, well, I don't trust them yet.
Yeah, if I
But I don't know.
remember correctly, we haven't. I say we. All Detroit teams I'll count as we, but where is it? Yeah, we haven't won since shoot
Oh my.
2008. That's crazy. That's a
Wow.
long time ago.
Haven't won a series.
I don't think we even won. I don't think we won either of any games in these series either. So I paid a little bit of attention just because I tried, but I never got into it. But
No, I
it's
forget
yeah,
what
oh
happened at
four.
the end of
Oh,
the series last, but there was like a joke about because they were doing really good in the playoffs last year and they ran into the Knicks who beat them. I don't think they won a game at home though, and they
that
won all
sounds
their
right.
road games. And like the whole thing was like, man, Detroit still has not experienced a home win in like over a decade,
It's crazy.
or almost, or whatever it was, like whatever
Well,
the time was.
yeah, that's rough.
Look, I think their first game in the playoffs this year is going to be like huge, and they're going to probably win, and it's going to be like a good time for Detroit. But
Well, because Detroit's always been a pretty good basketball town, but we've just been so bad for so long. Everyone's just like, "Fuck this." That's how everyone feels about all the sports. Is like, aside from the Lions, the Red Wings haven't made the playoffs in forever. The Tigers have been pretty good, but the last 2 years. But there was that 10-year stretch, like a decade, where we didn't have anything. Every team was so bad. Rough. All right,
what really helps them this year is just that their young people are
they're producing. They're
so
they're coming into their own.
like it's not just Cade Cunningham, like Jalen Duren's an all star, and like It's just
Yeah, I saw
no
he's
one
doing the
expected that coming in.
slam dunk contest. Did I say that right?
What? To be honest, I haven't even seen who's doing slam dunk contests.
I thought
That
I
would be
saw that.
crazy. He's kind of he's too big to do that, in my opinion. Like he's huge, but if he is,
Yeah, he is. Oh
oh
yeah.
my gosh, that's gonna be kind of funny to
If they're
watch.
doing it on Valentine's Day, that's a choice. I'll watch. I'll watch that. All right, I'm gonna head out. This was fun. Glad you could join. Good talking to you. Um,
Yep, yep.
any final words on your team?
Mm, if you think you'll win a championship this year, hit me up for, and you need a running back. I want something nice.
You're talking to me, so I might have to. Might get in
Like
there.
I am very aware. I'm plugging in. Like I really think one of those guys is going to be one of the most reliable people on your team. So
Yeah,
I want that worth back.
we'll see. We'll get into discussions. I'm waiting until draft time. I'm not making any early
Yeah,
trades this year. I'm waiting till draft. We'll see what happens
yeah,
there.
me too. I won't decide something until everyone's at their likely teams
Yep.
of the next season.
Got to see where the chips fall.
Yep.
All
All right,
right.
man.
I'll talk to you later. It was good. It was fun.
Yep. See
All
ya.
right. See ya. All right. Thank you, Joe. That is it for today. We'll see you guys, I think, Monday. I think we're going to get Seattle on. We'll have our fourth in a row. We got somebody on the show, so it's going to be fun. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on Monday.